So recently, Bill Haney shared a clip after the infamous doghouse sparring between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. This was a Ellie Setback interview, which I'm gonna leave the link for that video in the comment section below, where he captured Floyd Mayweather's immediate reaction right after Devin Haney won the doghouse sparring against Gervonta Davis. Check it out.
I came to the gym today, you told me, watch out for Devin, you're gonna see something you've never seen. And you were right. I've seen a 16-year-old look like a man in there.
I'm a little hoarse right now because I was doing a lot of screaming and shouting because in the doghouse, we always, it's always about pushing these fighters to the limit. But this kid is remarkable, man. What else can I say?
He's still in high school.
He's still in high school, but it's so crazy that nobody knows this, but
it is this is a carbon copy of this man right here.
That's a huge compliment to say you're a carbon.
It is.
Now, a quick reminder, Devin Haney was 16 years old, while Gervonta was 20 years old. On that day, according to everybody, Bill Haney won some money off Adrian Broner's father because Devin Haney made Gervonta wave the white flag. I mean, say whatever you want to say, but the proof is in the pudding. As you see on the small clip I played, you see Devin Haney immediately after the doghouse sparring with Gervonta sitting next to Floyd, unmarked and unscratched, receiving extremely high praise from the Michael Jordan of boxing himself, Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Sr. Floyd Mayweather Sr. even said, Devin Haney is an exact copy of Floyd immediately after the Gervonta Davis doghouse sparring. So you know, whatever happened in that sparring, they were highly impressed. Now, despite all of that, surprisingly, there's still been a lot of controversy over the infamous doghouse sparring between Gervonta and Devin Haney. That's why Devin Haney and Bill Haney wanted to clear the airwaves and told me, whoever has the full footage of Devin Haney versus Gervonta doghouse sparring, they willing to pay $20K. So if you have the footage, DM me on Instagram at Akhi_T.V and you will hit the lotto. So when Devin said that, I knew he must have really shined that night. I mean, to be willing to pay $20K for the footage is insane. But we know that's pocket change for Devin Haney. Nevertheless, one thing we do know, Ellie Setback has the footage, and that's Gervonta's right-hand man. So if Gervonta wants to release the footage, he could. But the fact that he didn't and he doesn't tells me there's no doubt about it. Devin Haney got the best of Gervonta. This is not up for debate. I mean, the fact that Bill Haney won some money that day, along with Nate Jones and everybody who put their money on Devin Haney, tells you the whole story. Furthermore, a lot of people question how come Floyd Mayweather signed Gervonta Davis and not Devin Haney. If that's the case, why will he sign the 20 years old that lost to Devin Haney in sparring, who was 16? Well, first of all, just because Devin Haney got the better of Gervonta, that don't make Gervonta a bad fighter at all. Gervonta is still a beast. Second of all, Floyd Mayweather did try to sign Devin Haney, just like he tried to sign Shakur, just like he tried to sign Gervonta. Out of the three, Gervonta was the only fighter who agreed to sign with Floyd, while Devin Haney and Shakur refused and walked away. On one hand, Shakur said Floyd Mayweather tried to sign him. However, he wanted a better deal, so he went with Top Rank. Likewise with Devin Haney, Floyd tried to sign him, but Bill Haney had other plans, where clearly, them plans definitely worked because Devin Haney ended up becoming the youngest undisputed champion of all time in the Four Belts era, and the youngest, highest paid athlete in the sport of boxing. So unlike Gervonta, Devin Haney and Shakur really wasn't that desperate to sign any contract because Shakur's name was buzzing right after the Olympics, and Devin Haney, on the other hand, he had one of the hottest names from an early age before he even turned pro. From all of these sparring wars he kept having with Gervonta, Shakur, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and the list goes on and on and on. Plus, Bill Haney doesn't get enough credit for the mastermind he has, the way he put Devin Haney on. But Gervonta, on the other hand, he really didn't have any plan. So signing with Floyd was actually the best decision he ever made. It really helped elevate Gervonta's career and get recognized for the great talent he has. Nevertheless, for all the people that say, how come Floyd didn't sign Devin Haney? Well, he tried, but he couldn't. Last but not least, when Gervonta Davis sparred Devin Haney at the TMT gym, he wasn't necessarily in a fighting shape. However, he was somewhat in good shape because you don't just agree to doghouse rules. Fighting to somebody quit if you out of shape. That's just common sense. And Devin Haney himself wasn't in fighting shape either because he didn't have a fight lined up at that time or things of that sort. Nevertheless, here is exactly what Floyd Mayweather had to say about that. Check it out.
You know what's so crazy that I laugh at every day? When sometimes they write these stories, they say, Mayweather Promotions, only fighter they got is Tank. If y'all think that, if y'all believe that, y'all can believe whatever y'all want to believe. Meaning that a fighter can't say, I'm doing business with Al Heyman, but I'm not doing business with Floyd Mayweather. Or I'm doing business with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm not doing business with Al Heyman. That PBC could be Pretty Boys champion. But we don't really want to tell y'all that. But, you know,
Floyd,
it is what it is.
Why did you sign Gervonta Davis in the first place? What did you see in him, and how did you know back then that he would be where he is today?
He talked about this. He talked about the Adrian Broner story. Actually, when he came to the gym, and it was a day before Adrian Broner was fighting Sean Porter. Right after the weigh-in, we went over to the gym because he wanted to see Tank box Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney was in good shape. Tank wasn't in good shape, but they worked, and it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid. So I said, yo, I had somebody reach out. I think I had my assistant reach out to him on social media. And I think we met in New York. After that, I think the next day he was on a yacht with me in Miami. You know how I move around. Yeah. So we made it happen.
Then Dubai,
Dubai, then we was in, I think we was in Egypt. We could have been in Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt.
So we was in Egypt, we was in Dubai, but you know, I was already doing these worldwide trips a long time ago. I wanted to introduce him to it, letting him know the world is bigger than just the USA. The world is bigger than just being in Baltimore. Baltimore is a great place, so many beautiful, great people, but you got to go and let the world touch you. Get a chance to touch the surface all around the world.
It's hard to be famous. It's hard to sell pay-per-views. You've obviously done both. Tank is doing it. What's the secret?
He can do crazy numbers. It's going to be hard to break my record because you have so many people stealing. You know, so many people stealing.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, streaming. It's still stealing. Because if they're not paying for it and they're getting it free, it's stealing.
Tank, Floyd was mentioning he signed you after watching you face Devin Haney in a sparring session.
Y'all told me y'all had y'all got it in. Tell me you wasn't in shape and you came in.
Did you feel you were almost auditioning for Floyd at that point, or did you realize that might catapult you to where you're at now?
I think that it would make the best of my opportunity. I feel as though that a lot of people were there that night, and that was my first time in the middle of a jump, so I had to give it my all, what I had.
It was getting it in. But and I had to respect him because he wasn't in no shape. He had a little gut. He ain't got no gut now. But at that particular time, it was getting it in. It was some good work.
It was 1,000 people in there. You were sweating just standing there.
But you probably was in there.
Yeah, I was.
It was getting it in. So, just them, two young competitors putting on a show. We had the gym on 100 degrees. That's what we do.
Have you seen Tank
you just done an interview, and they talked about the gym being hot. Yeah, so.
How have you seen Tank grow since then?
shit, bigger, better, stronger, faster. Yeah, so he's grown drastically. I mean, I feel like the puncher power he got puncher power at every weight. You know, I feel like, you know, just like myself, I was able to have that puncher power at 130, then had to punch at 135, and then 140, and then at 47, you know, the body started breaking down. Like anything, the body started breaking down. But I still had all my faculties to still find a way to win and beat these guys.
When you talk about the body breaking down, Floyd, what were you experiencing? Was it just waking up in the morning? And
no, I'm not going to tell you all that. We're not going to talk about that. I already told you we're going to talk about that in a documentary. We didn't talk about it.
Time we talk about him because David did super good. But I have to tell you this right here. But guess what I did?
So would you put one of your fighters against
Devin
him?
Haney?
Yes, I did.
Who'd you put, Devin Haney?
You better believe it.
How did that go?
How did it go? Man, that don't even ask the question. It ain't even worth asking because it was a one-way deal. It only one man controlled it. And that was Devin Haney.